How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map here on Farming Simulator 25 for all platforms called East Frisian Coast. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to East Frisian Coast. This is a map based on a small village of Dornummergrad, located in East Frisian coastal landscape. We are away from the major tourist destinations and can concentrate on agriculture here. There are 5 farms on the map, each with different tasks and equipment. The starting farm is located near the main road and includes a small chicken coop. Key data: 25 meadows of varying sizes, 51 small to medium-sized fields, 3 small forest areas, very small or medium-sized production facilities, various selling points. The field directly on the coast are freely available. If in real life they cannot be cultivated, but I don't want to waste the space, so you can decide whether you want to cultivate the area or build a coastal farm. One more thing, the farm buildings are for sale, but decorations are not. I want to keep them on the map. If you want to build, you have many options. If you want to build new animal stables, buy the freestanding pastures, sell them, and you will fall below the animal stable limit. So enough talk. Have fun on East Frisian Coast." This is a European map created by Torben and is 227.81 megabytes to download. There are mods required for this map, and they are the Pack Tarpaulin by Rajo Gplay, the Large Silo Pack by Rajo Gplay, Hunting Pulpit by Didac96, Modern House Set by Red Phoenix, the Big White Cow Barn by Rajo Gplay, Large Package of Houses by Rajo Gplay, Building Farm Set by Rajo Gplay, and the Building Fort Colony by Rajo Gplay. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here on the kind of middle southern-ish portion of the map at our main starting farm. We start out by owning farmlands number 23, 24, 31, and 91. 23 is a field with no product in it. 24 is a canola field that was harvested. 31 is a wheat field that is ready to harvest, and 91 is our main starting farm. You cannot buy all areas of the map. As you can see, there's plenty of area here in town that is non-purchasable. And field prices around the map do vary. As you can see up here in the north, we do have all these kind of grass fields here that are purchasable. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. There. Up here, we got these grass fields, 343,000, 243, 205, 228, 247, 241, 208. We got this field here for 615, 600,000, 142, 133, 350, 499. Going down to the south where there's a lot of small places here, 31,000, 30,000, 21,000, 16,000. We got 139,000, 138, 96, and so on and so forth. So there's a little bit of a range here on this. It does have some smaller areas down the south here, but it does build up rather quickly and does get pretty expensive. We do start out with the animal pen. We have a chicken coop over in our main starting farm. Contracts are available on this map. If we take a look, there are no owned production chains, but there are some available on the map. And then if we take a look on the statistics tab, there are no collectibles that are available on this map. And if we take a look at mods specific to this map, starting under the buy menu, there is no mods and DLCs tab here, so no mods here. If we take a look under our build menu, starting out under buildings and sheds, scrolling all the way down to the bottom here, you'll see that right here we have the brick shed with the East Frisian Coast mod descriptor. That is a mod that is specific to this map. There's nothing else under silo extensions, constructibles, containers, tools, or farmhouses. Under productions, there's nothing here under factories, sell points, greenhouses, cultivation, generator, or no, but under generators, actually. Down here, you see the East Frisian Coast. That is a mod specific to this map. There's nothing at all under animals, nothing under decorations, but under landscaping and under painting swatches, we do get a couple of additional painting swatches available to us. Nothing for trees or plants. Now, we do start here at the starting farm, so let's take a look at some of our starting equipment. If we go under this menu here and go down to vehicles, you'll see we have the Agromaz POV 5XL plow, the Albert pallet fork, the Challenger MT 635, the FarmTech EDK 650 trailer, another 650 trailer, the John Deere 3650, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570 harvester, the harvester header and header trailer, the Quickie Q4M front loader, the Salak RZK 300H fertilizer spreader, 10-week old top 450 weight, the Unia Phoenix 3003 seeder, and that's it. That's all we start out here at the starting farm. So let's go ahead and take a look around. Starting out right up here, we have our chicken coop with 9 chickens in it, room for 20. You can have your chickens put in right here, feed here, egg spawn in the front. On the side here, we do have a silo. That's the output for the silo, input for it. If we open up this door here, is right there. Now here we have a sleep trigger, a wardrobe trigger, and that's it. That's everything here on the starting farm. It is incredibly small, but you do get a couple of little fields that are on the other side of this wall here. Let's go ahead and hop into this tractor here. And we'll start making our way around. All right, so first things first, we're going to stop here. Here we have the dairy. You can purchase this for $210,000. Input here, output here. And now heading off to the north, we have a little ways to travel up here. As we just continue to move on to the north. Now coming up here to my right, this is going to be our turn right about here. And over here, we have a sheep pasture. Let's go ahead and stop and take a look at the map. So we were right here at farmland number 107. Purchased that for $26,736. Go ahead and do so. And now we have all these little pop-ups. We got room for 41 sheep. We have 17 in here already. Wool spawns here, feed goes here. Animals can go in here, water there. So backtracking just a little ways. Now we'll make a right, go over this berm over here. And coming up here, we have farm number 2. Let's go ahead and stop right here. Take a look at the map once again. Farmland number 90 for $506,880. Go ahead and purchase that. And we have all this stuff pops up. So first things first, we have a cow barn right here with 17 cows in it, room for 60. We have our milk right here. Animals can go in here. Our feed trigger is inside here. It's also where you can blow in straw. Here we have the tarpaulin. This is basically a like a bale storage area here. So put in here, take out there. Pig barn right here. We have 8 pigs, room for 25 of them. Feed can go here, animals can go here. Slurry right there. Now just notice, oh yeah, you do have little shed lights there. Just notice that little switch on the wall there, I was curious. Slurry can pop out right here for your cow barn. Bale and pallet storage is here, and you do have a couple of items already tucked away in there. We have our silo right over there. Moving the tractor down to this end. We have our sleep trigger right here and wardrobe trigger right there. Now back here we have another sheep pasture. We go back to here, farmland number 99 for $25,344. Go ahead and do that. And we have 19 sheep in here, room for 55, food, animals, water, and where... Oh, there it is. There's the pop out for your wool right there. Now heading off in this direction. Now coming up to my right, we have a cow pasture. Come to a stop right here. Farmland number 100 for $57,360. And room for 20 or room for 73 cows. We start out with 20. And we have our animals here, feed here, water there. So as we continue on down, we gotta go pretty much all the way down to the end here for our next point of interest. You can start to see it kind of coming into view. All right, now tucked away over here, we have another cow pasture. We'll stop. And farmland number 101 for $43,440. Go ahead and buy that. And we have 16 cows, room for 65. Animals, feed, water, all go there. And now we'll go ahead and zip back to basically the main starting farm. We're just going to be turning just outside of that, but we got a lot of backtracking to do. So I might just go ahead and fast forward it here and pick it back up as soon as we get some new territory. All right, so coming up here, to my left, we have another cow pasture. Stop right here and purchase farmland number 98 for $27,552. Go ahead and do that. And we have 17 cows, room for 37. Animals, feed, and water. Now continuing down. And coming up here is farm number 3. So let's go ahead and stop. And purchase farmland number 93 for $337,392. Go ahead and do that. And now we have all this. We have a pig barn right here, slurry there, animals here, and feed right there. We have 8 pigs, room for 25. Silo is straight in front of me right there. Bale and pallet storage with a couple bales already in it. Tarpaulin storage right there. Cow barn is right here. We have 14 cows, room for 40. Milk is here. Feed is there. Animals here. Slurry there. And wardrobe trigger and sleep trigger. Let's make our way back to the tractor there. Right here. All right, and now go find our next point of interest. Make the left. Whoops. As you can see, it does get a bit narrow on these roads, especially on the main road. That's where you're going to see the biggest difference in the lane width, especially because most of it you have to share. All right, so that building right there, you have AI helper Walter. If we keep heading down this direction, tucked all the way down here, like I said, you can see just how narrow not only the field of vision gets, but just how narrow the roads are. Like I did choose the bigger of the two tractors that we have options for, but this thing can barely squeeze down the roads. We have our sawmill right here. Purchase it for $150,000. Wood chips here, inputs here, wood cell trigger there, and our outputs are all here. AI helper Noah is right here in the back. Now gonna backtrack a ways. Oh, and found the fire hydrant. All right, now coming up here, we're starting to get to where we're no longer backtracking. Now up here, make a right. Oop. There we go. Get just down the road over here. Now to my right, we have the warehouse sell point straight ahead. And over here, we have the warehouse buy point. This is where you can, where you can buy your palleted goods right over here. Now coming up here, let's go ahead and stop. We have the big farmer's kiosk sell point right there. And then here we have some greenhouses, but you have to purchase these farmlands first. So farmland number 104 can be purchased for $5,184. And farmland 105 can be purchased for the same exact price. Let's go ahead and do that. And you gain access to the 4 greenhouses on the 2 farmlands there. So just greenhouses, nothing special to really point out about these. We can open up one of them just to see. This is just a standard greenhouse. So we'll go hop back in the tractor. Now let's start heading in this direction. All right, and over here, we have electrical charging station there, a helper bin here, and shop trigger right there. Repair trigger directly in front of me, right there. Now I'll go hop back in the tractor. Now I'm going to head down the road just a little ways. Now here I'll make a left. Oops. Got a little too aggressive there on the left. And now the field of vision does narrow down, so I'm going to go into first person for just a little while here. Stop right here and purchase the next farmland, number 94, for $179,136. And we have farm number 4. Silo is right here. Repair trigger is tucked away inside this building. Right there. And over here, sleep trigger there. And wardrobe trigger up here. Now hopping back in, heading out. And now turn. And now we can see again. Gotta avoid all the narrow passages here. Oh, brakes, brakes, brakes. All right, over here, we have the restaurant sell point right there. Now, right over here is the gas station buy point right there. Let's come to a stop here. At the bakery. Purchase the bakery for $150,000. Output here, input around the back. Right there. All right, continuing down the road. Stop here once again and purchase the next farmland, number 97, for $56,616. Go ahead and get that. For this cow pasture, we have 22 cows total, 79 can fit in here. Feed and water and animals. Now heading down the road a little ways. Behind the car there, we have an electrical charging station. To my left, we have the Agri-Trader Grain sell point. So that's a loose material sell point. We have the Agri-Trader Grain sell point again, but this is for palleted goods. And around the back side over here, we have the Lime Station sell point right here. Now heading down the road a little more. Inside here, we have another electrical charging station right there. And here we have the supermarket sell point. Now continuing on. Heading back towards the road. Now the next farmland we need to purchase is right here. Farmland number 92 for $150,048. Go ahead and do so. And we get a few more pop-ups here. So starting out with the tarpaulin, the bale storage right there. Cow barn with 14 cows, room for 40. Milk here. Feed in the doorway right there. Feed and as well as straw can be blown in there. Animals there. Slurry there. Wardrobe trigger here. Sleep trigger right there. Now heading down the road. So heading down here. Go to the very end to the grain mill and purchase the grain mill for $288,000. Input here, output around the backside, right here, right next door. We have the mini carpentry. Buy this for $36,000. Output here, input here. And last in the row is the spinnery. We purchase a spinnery for $180,000. We have our input here, output here. Now next door once again. Right here. Manure by point, slurry by point. AI helper Katie back there. A little bit further down we have the animal dealer. Now you can come to this location and purchase your animals directly using this icon here, or you can go and use this same icon at any pens and pastures around the map. If you utilize this icon directly though, you will incur additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. The animal dealer is taking the animals from this location and delivering them to any of the pens and pastures you may have around the map. Now to save that money, you can bring your animals to this location right here, park an animal trailer roughly in this spot, and then you'd be able to go ahead and load your animals directly into the animal trailer rather than around the barns and pastures around the map. Doing so can save you quite a significant amount of money depending on the number of animals you get. For an adult cow, it's an extra $100 per adult cow. That's on top of the base price. So taking a look at this pasture here, adding an extra 53 cows is going to be another $5,300 on top of the $62,000 it's going to cost to get you the animal base price. So adds up pretty quickly. So depending on how many animals you need, it might be worth bringing an animal trailer over here to save that money. So now we have the last point of interest, and it's actually kind of weird. Kind of, sort of. Actually, second to last. Animal dealer sell point there to the right. And now we're at the last, and the last one is the weird one. So right around this corner here, whoops. Inside here, we have the biogas plant. We got bunker silos right here. But if we take a look, you'll see we can purchase the bunker silo area. 102 for $13,992. And it also includes this little sliver off to the side here, which has a couple of those tarpaulins, bale storage over on that side over there. But that land that we could purchase doesn't include the biogas plant here. And I don't see a wrench or anything anywhere for the biogas plant. So I'm not sure how to actually purchase this, if there's even a way to do it right now. It does recognize it as a placeable. So if I go into the build menu, you can see that, I should be able to, click on it. Just, I can interact with it. It recognizes that it's something. I just don't know how to get it to where it's actually going to register that it's something to be purchased and utilized. So yeah, that's probably the only downfall I saw in regards to this map. The only kind of quote unquote flaw that I noticed on this one. But that's it. That is everything here for the map. Now it's time to render my opinion, let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I rather like this map. I like this map a lot, actually. Kind of almost surprisingly so. There's not a ton of undulation. There's enough to kind of, see the nice gentle lunges and all that kind of stuff, that just kind of gentle rolling hills here on the map, but it's not enough to really be like just super noticeable or anything like that. It's just a nice and gentle kind of rolling hills. I mean, it's shocker to me, number one, that made me kind of like this map. Shocker number two is the kind of color palette, because there's a kind of a mixture of things kind of going on here. So you got the nice toned down colors in regards to like the wildflowers and stuff like that. So there's not a lot going on there. But you can see, like, off to my right here, there's these ditches that are just all throughout the map. And in these ditches, you have all these kind of like purplish flowers and pinkish, reddish flowers here that I kind of think makes sense. Question mark, question mark. I don't know. It just, them growing in the ditch, and it's going to be like naturally a bit more water retention area, kind of makes sense to me. And I'm not quite sure, like, if it's just me kind of making it up in my own head or something. I'm not quite sure, but I mean, everything else is really solid on this map. The color palettes, the undulations are not a ton of undulations, but it's not nothing kind of thing. And yeah, I do like it. I like the layout. I like that the kind of roads are intended to be used as any map would be, but you do have the ability to kind of, not use them. And what I mean by that is, like, if you choose, I can hop through here, I can go through the fields and just kind of make my way to point. And normally this isn't something that necessarily, is something that interests me for the most part. But this map kind of interested me because it's really narrow on the roads. So having the option to be able to kind of go rogue and get off of the main road is definitely something that would be an interest on this map in particular. And you can see, like, in the area where I kind of came through off to the right side there, it's really narrow. I mean, even the roadway is really narrow. So being able to kind of break off the path and be able to go places that aren't necessarily where you're supposed to go is going to be kind of crucial on this map, because everything's just so narrow on it. Like, really kind of surprisingly so. And again, you see all the kind of detail that's built onto this map. That's the other thing, is there's tons and tons and tons of detail on this map. I don't know why. I just wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting this when I first loaded into the map. But, I mean, you look around and you got quite a bit of stuff going on here, whether it's the trash bins, whether it's these little kind of concrete dividers that has these little trees in them. I mean, there's a bit of stuff going on here. And then again, oh, hey, I didn't even notice this. This is... Oh, wow, I completely skipped over this one. I didn't even notice this one on the map. I'm glad I came back here, because look, we got the oil mill for $36,000 input there. And hey, there's AI helper David, as a matter of fact. So, hey, that's kind of a fortunate circumstance. But really, I mean, you figure you're trying to take like a pallet of goods back here. Like, if you're taking a trailer and stuff back here, you're gonna really have a hard time getting back here with a lot of trailers and a lot of stuff back here. I mean, I'm struggling just with this tractor here, and you can see the roadway is just not built for this size of a tractor. So you're going to have to really think about the size of the tractors, the size of the vehicles coming back here, going anywhere really on this map, because you're going to be limited to the size of the stuff that you can get. I don't know, there's just something about it that just kind of seems appealing. Again, I think it's a combination of the details, the toned down color, just everything. I think everything about this map really does a good job. So what do I think of the score for this one? 0 to 5 rating. I think that this one would definitely be up there, and I think it's going to be a 4 out of 5 for me. I like it. I really do like it. It's got a lot of stuff to kind of build off of. You got a good range of fields to build off of as well. So you get some options on this one. So yeah, that is it. That is everything here for North Frisian Coast. There's North Frisian Coast? Nope, I was wrong. East Frisian Coast. That's it. That is everything here. I hope you enjoyed this map tour, and if you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing the shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. That being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.